Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Rocket League coaching series, the series where we take a look at different pro players and break down exactly what makes them so good. So today, I'm going to move over to the Rocket League tab right now. We are hopping on stream for the very first time ever, so not only will I be doing the replay coaching here live for you all, but you'll also be able to interact through the chat, through all those other features, to actually talk to me, ask questions as I do this replay analysis. So this should be a pretty cool experience. Gonna test it out, not sure how it's gonna go, because obviously this is the first time I'm doing it over stream. I'm more of a recording guy, but you know, figured it's Thanksgiving, we're gonna switch things up. So I got up early today, got my coffee, and we're gonna get started by taking a look at GarretG, since I've already gone in on Justin and Squishy already. So quickly, before we get started, I'm gonna give everybody like a minute to roll through the chat and talk a little bit about what I have here. Yo, people are rolling into the chat. What's up guys? Happy Thanksgiving. Good morning. I made a quick announcement last night that I would be doing this, so some people should know, but we'll see. We shall see. But if you're just rolling into the chat now, today guys, we are taking a look at GarretG, so the third member of NRG that we've not yet gone over in a replay analysis. We're gonna see what makes this guy so good at 2v2. I actually have a game today featuring GarretG and Shadow, who's another pro player, if you don't know, and they are going up against First Killer. So this game is no joke. I don't want to spoil it, but GarretG and Shadow kind of go in on First Killer. First Killer is one of the best in the world, so I'm really excited to take a look today, get inside each of their heads, get inside GarretG's head, figure out how this guy plays 2v2, since so many of you have been asking for a 2v2 replay analysis. I've been doing 3v3, whether it's with NRG, whether it's with Squishy, Justin, Gimmick even. So I'm kind of hitting all these guys right now. I know a lot of people have been wanting some other teams, so I know I'm going to do Rizzo next week, which will be exciting. I have some really interesting games, some G2 games to take a look at. But yeah, we're going to take a look at 2v2 this week, since so many of you want to know more about how I coach 2v2, how I analyze 2v2. So we're really going to be breaking things down and trying to understand what makes Garrett so good. But anyways, yo, what's up, chat? I'm actually having some issues seeing the chat overlay in my game. I want to make sure I could see everything okay. Where is the chat overlay? Oh, by the way, chat, is music all right? Is everything decent volume? I haven't been able to audio balance everything yet, so I want to make sure it's good for you all. Let me know. Yeah, for some reason my Streamlabs is not overlaying over the interesting. I don't know. For some reason I cannot see the chat while I'm doing this, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead anyway, since I've given some people some time to roll in. Yeah, we're gonna get started right now. We're gonna take a look at a GarretG replay. This is a ranked replay. You can see by the scoreboard. First Killer, Shadow, GarretG, and other guys, Anil. This is a very high ranked lobby. So we're gonna see how some of the best in the world play 2v2. See what we can learn from them. But yeah, without any further wait, let's watch GarretG play some 2v2. All right, so starting from the kickoff, I mean, it's like perfect. You look at the speed flip, it's like, wow. He speed flips over, dodge into the ball, perfectly 50-50s it. So he's gonna let Shadow take control of this ball, and now he's got the corner boost. Shadow pops it up for him. Right now, GarretG is the last man back. Shadow is taking a second to get around, so he's just gonna play cautious. He doesn't want to get beat by first killer here, because that could result in a goal. And I think something we're gonna notice is a lot of fake challenges, and wow. Yeah, you look at this. This whole play leading up to this was just GarretG waiting for the right moment to go in. I think in 2v2, people feel really obligated to just dive in at the lower ranks, and that will work. If a lower rank player, don't get me wrong, if you're in like a gold or a plat lobby and a lower rank player is like making it look like they're about to dribble the ball, you should really question whether or not they're actually going to get it off. But when a ball's in the air like this, sitting in front of their net, GarretG knows, right? If he hits this ball, nothing is really going to come out of it, right? It might center again, but look, Shadow's rotating around, and so he's really, really patient. He waits until first killer shows weakness. He's waiting, he's waiting, waiting. Now he knows he can go for this ball. First killer rotates out, and look, there's this gap in space. And so what's GarretG going to do? Instead of just booming a shot on net, like a lot of plat people would do, he chips it up one time, waits for the other guy to pre-jump, because the other guy's panicking now, and only once he knows where the hole is in the defense, boom, he's gonna put it right there. Beautiful. So Blue's gonna get a early lead. GarretG puts him ahead 1-0. Oh, so that's just really unfortunate. Yeah. So I mean, if we switch over, we go back. Unfortunate for first killer at least, but this was a just beautiful kickoff by Shadow. Let's see exactly how he just dominates this kickoff. Speed flip, roll off the ball. Yeah. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Yeah. Like I said, I say this in a lot of other coaching videos, guys. You do not need to be able to speed flip like these pros do. These pros are going to speed flip to every kickoff because they are as or more consistent with a speed flip than they are a regular kickoff. But do you need to do this in your games? No. I just want to see you flipping one time to the kickoff. Get there. Make sure you still have some boost once you go for the 50. But yeah, don't even worry about speed flipping like this. Something I would like to point out though, this little half flip GarretG does. He actually kind of misses the boost there, but I really like what GarretG is doing there. Half flipping off the corner kickoffs is something you should just make standard. It's one of the best ways to. It's the most like bread and butter way to use a half flip. Oh, this is an early challenge. So this is rare. When you have, here's the thing. Look at this. Shadow goes in. He loses the 50-50. Okay, when you're in 2v2 and you lose this 50-50, if you guys saw my most underrated trick to ranking up in Rocket League 2v2 video, you would know that the minute Shadow loses this 50-50, GarretG is like, he's in a tough spot, okay? Because players at the highest level, what they're gonna do, TTV Zanil is just gonna chase Garrett down and go for a demo, and first killer's gonna dribble it. And from Garrett's perspective, if he gives them any time to set up a play here, he will get scored on. Okay, even though he's one of the best in the world, he's going to get scored on, I'd say 80 to 90% of the time. And that's just because 2v1s are so hard to deal with at the high level like this. You never want to be, the defender in 2v1. So watch how he realizes that he's down and he goes for an all or nothing play. And he just goes in and 50s. And I actually really, really like this. Challenging this early is unexpected. And a lot of people might say he's ball chasing. A lot of people, if that was you playing, if you're a gold, plat, diamond player, and that's you dribbling the ball, you might think, why did this guy go for the ball? Why did he just challenge me so early? Well, he challenged you early because it works, right? And I think something we can all take from this is when you're in those situations and you kind of, some red flags are going off, you're like, uh-oh, I'm maybe going to get scored on. You got to go in. You got to commit to a decision, okay? And I really like how GarretG does that here. He just goes for it, and it's going to put them on offense, and do they even get a goal out of it? Almost. If that shot placement was a little different, they would have got a goal out of that. But most importantly, they prevent getting scored on defense there. See how GarretG defends this. Oh, beautiful backboard defense. Okay, guys, take a look at this. Take a look at this whole play. All right. GarretG, from this moment on, let's talk about what GarretG, what's going on in his head. He sees Shadow rotating back. Shadow's looking for back boost. He sees first killer dribbling on the ball very close to him, and he knows, all right, switch over to fly cam, Zanil's waiting here, okay? So what does that mean? It kind of means, it means something based on a rule. I'm gonna let you all know a rule. This is something I teach to a lot of my clients, a lot of people I coach. It's called, credit to Coach Curtis for this. He's a professional Rocket League coach. He taught me this when we were in a call one day. It's something called the 0-1, 1-2, and 2-3 rule. Okay, what that rule means is if there are 0 of my teammates facing the ball, I am the first one to go for it. If there is 1 of my teammates facing the ball, I am the second in line to go for it. This is obviously a 3v3 rule. And then if there are 2 of my teammates facing the ball, then I'm the third one to go for it. And the only reason I'm saying that here is because, look, Shadow is facing away from this ball. And if GarretG just goes back to his corner, like, look, he's 0 boost. A lot of you would say, in this situation, if this was you just completely leave the play and go try to pick up boost. And you know what? That's fine at the lower ranks, but GarretG knows he cannot give a top tier player like First Killer here space, right? He cannot let First Killer dribble this ball up the field and do whatever he wants to do to Shadow. That is not a winning strategy. So notice how he even though he has low boost, what he's going to do with his pathing, he's going to drive up just close enough to force First Killer to put this ball in the air, not allow him to use this space in the same way GarretG used it. Remember when GarretG had space on the offense? When there was that gap between him and the defense, he scored. There's nothing the defense could do. They had to pre-jump, and GarretG just placed it in the corner because that's the level of play we're talking about here. But GarretG forces First Killer to put this ball up. Once First Killer has to put this ball up, Shadow can contest. Now that Shadow's contested, First Killer's lost control, and GarretG can clean up. And so really, I wouldn't say this was all Shadow's doing in making the save possible for GarretG. GarretG's pathing also forced First Killer up early, and if First Killer would have started this air dribble later, he might have been able to continue and follow it up. But because GarretG forced him up at the half line, that's actually going to save him a goal here. And then look, he has 0 boost. He uses the backboard, and this was something I wanted to highlight too. Use of the backboard is so common at high levels. So that's something you can take away. But really what I want you to take away for your games is how GarretG cut First Killer off and didn't give him space at the start there, even when he had low boost. That's a really high impact play. It's a high IQ play that I don't think a lot of people make. All right, ball's rolling up the wall. Let's see what he does. Ceiling shot, air dribble, flip reset. Oh, I was hoping for something clip worthy there, but he does not get it. GarretG's having trouble hitting that corner boost. He's missing a lot of boosts. Let's see how he plays this. I thought GarretG would fake challenge here. Shadow is taking a while to get back. This is a very, very aggressive dive in. I would be fake challenging here if I was GarretG. But you know what? When you're at such a high level like Garrett, there are 2 things that we got to talk about. One, his read, right? Like, he has a read unlike any of, like, even me. I'm a Grand Champ player. I'm Grand Champ 1, could be Grand Champ 2 probably if I wasn't so lazy and played some ranked games. But point is, he has a different read, and he might know that Zanil is weak here, and I don't realize it. So there's that. But also, there's something to be said for switching it up. So like, let me preface this by saying, what's the situation? Okay, situation is Shadow and First Killer out of the play. So this is a classic 1v1 situation in a 2v2 game. Now, when I'm coaching people and a situation like this comes up, what do I say should be their default play, their default play? Well, if you have a teammate up like this in 2v2, your goal should be, I need to buy team time for my teammate to get back, okay, if you're Garrett right now. And that should be your standard play, because challenging this ball really early is a high risk, high reward play, but fake challenging is a less reward, but also significantly less risk if you can buy enough time to get Shadow back. Now, this is where I'm talking about, it's the mind games, right? Because they're at the highest level. Zanil knows that most of the time, a pro driving in the pathing that GarretG is driving right now is gonna do a 180, fake challenge this ball, and go back. And so maybe most of the time GarretG is fake challenging here, but this is that 20% of the time that GarretG is switching it up just to keep his opponents on their toes. And if we watch the play happen, Zanil completely does not expect GarretG to challenge here. And so most of the time I'd say fake challenge, go back, buy some time for your team to get back there, because it is a one-on-one situation. You're not getting 2v1'd like before. I'd say play a little more passive, but that you shouldn't make your play one-dimensional. And this is something I have to work on, but you can see why that's so important, right? Because Zanil has no clue GarretG is about to challenge this ball, and he goes in and just completely rips it from him. And are they going to get a goal out of this? Almost. But that was a, like I said, that's a read play, that's a mind games play, and they're eventually going to get a goal. Because look, because the way GarretG has been challenging these balls at midfield, they've been on offense a minute 10 seconds minimum. They've maybe had the ball in their field 20 seconds, 15 seconds this entire game, right? And that all comes down to GarretG keeping pressure on the offense. So let's keep watching and see if you can keep it up. Like I said, GarretG is one of the best 2v2 players in the world, and you can see it here, right? First killer, also one of the best. This is like, he makes it look easy, doesn't he? So let's see how he defends this. So Shadow's closer. He's going to give Shadow some space. He's just going to play a little more passive. Now here, once again, this is a 1v2 situation. And so Shadow's going to go back. GarretG's going to challenge early, and I actually really, really like this challenge. Once again, guys, we talk about 2v2. In 3v3, where you should play is based off of both your other teammates. But the reason I like 2v2, at least for newer players, is there's less to worry about, right? You don't have to worry about where both of your other teammates are. You only have to worry about your one other teammate. And so look, when GarretG sees Shadow go back here, that's his cue to go in. Why? Because risk reward. We talk risk reward again. Reward, if he beats Zanil to this ball and puts it on net, that's a goal. Look how close this ball is to the net. The reward is clearly high. Now what's the risk component? The risk component is, look, Shadow's gonna be behind him. So if GarretG flies up early and forces this ball out, even if Zanil somehow gets it by him, right? Shadow's there to back it up. And so you can see why going for this ball is such a good play. Like, you should always go for this ball. And this is something I see low-ranked players get wrong, right? They'll be on offense right here, and they'll see their pros, they'll hear a lot of talk about fake challenging, right? Fake challenging, and they'll go up and they'll fake challenge this. Why don't you want a fake challenge? Well, your teammate's already behind you. So this is your ball to go for, right? And so in this case, I really, really like his aggression here, because look, even though Zanil gets the ball over him, Shadow is right there to pick up the slack. And so risk reward, guys. That's the big takeaway that from what I've seen so far in this game. The half flips, the boost pathing, I mean, like we talked about, even when he doesn't get a goal, he's half flipping out, driving along the boost pads, getting back as quick as he can, not going for corner boost here because he sees there's a threat on the net. You know, this is just all these little decisions, guys, add up. This is why he's one of the best in the world. And then here, let's talk about this. This is a little bit of a tricky situation. This is actually probably GarretG's fault. It was a mistake, yeah. He for whatever reason didn't sense that first killer had a threat here, and he pulls up here, he's like, oh shit, ball's over my head. Yeah, GarretG should have been farther back post here. Back post rotations are a little less important in twos, because like here, for example, if he was sitting all the way on the back post, it would not be good. But also here, he's a little too far up. So if he was a little farther back post, that ball is savable. And you see how at the high levels, not going back post, boom, it gets punished. At the low levels, you push up like that, most of the time people are not putting the ball over you, like first killer will do to GarretG there. And that's just a punishing thing that's going to happen at the higher ranks. You can get away with it at the lower ranks, but I'd say that was definitely GarretG's fault on defense. We go back though. Yeah, so right now GarretG is just, I think he's just mind games. He's just using mind games on Zanil. Well, here's actually a somewhat of a different situation. I didn't think about this. Before, GarretG was challenging early, and Zanil clearly had a threat. Zanil was going for a dribble. Here, what's the difference? This was just a kickoff, right? And so when it's just a kickoff, you have to disrespect the other guy who just went for the kickoff a little more, okay? And the reason you disrespect them is because they just went for a kickoff. They have very, very low boost. So notice how even though Zanil is closer to this ball, Shadow is rotating out, GarretG is last man back here temporarily, he's going to dive in. And why does he dive in? Because Zanil has no boost. So he's not really going to do anything to Garrett there. And this pressure forces the ball up. Fourth killer doesn't expect it. Look at that. They get another goal. So GarretG, his aggression, something to take away, he's not ball chasing. His aggression is very timely, right? There's times when he fake challenges, and there's times when he's patient on offense. But this, you know, his ability to switch his playstyle based on the scenario is unlike any other, right? That's why he's so good at 2v2. See how he plays this? He's got low boost. He uses just enough boost to get up. And guys, this is the importance of pathing along the small pads. You path along the small pads like this, you only need 25, 30 boost to save a shot like that, a shot on net. And is he gonna save this? Oh my gosh, his defense, like, look, guys, he has no boost on defense, and he's saving shots against some of the best in the world. And this is something we can all take away, right? You don't have to have 100 boost to make an impact in your games, okay? That's something I really want new players to get through their head, right? You don't need a full boost to always be able to do things. And look at this play. Like, this is just, like, he is just, guys, there's so, not even the air dribble, like, the air dribble was nutty, okay? But look, I want to talk about his decision making here because I'm a nerd, okay? First killer loses this ball, right? GarretG gets a hold of it. What has GarretG been doing this whole game against Zanil? Challenging early, right? GarretG has just been bullying Zanil. So now GarretG gets the ball right here. He knows Zanil doesn't want to challenge because GarretG has conditioned his opponents to fear him, right? Because he's been going early all this time. So now what is he going to do? He's going to switch it back. Okay, he's going to switch it right back. And now he's going to say, let me dribble this ball for a second. Zanil pulls back. Then he starts the air dribble. And look, he's only got 37 boosts. But from here, how are you saving this ball? You're not saving that shot. So it's just like, come on. GarretG's decision, like, obviously his mechanics are amazing, but his mechanics haven't even, like, aren't the reason he's up 5-1, right? His decision making is like unlike any other. And look at this backboard defense. He's so comfortable off the backboard. Why not? It's like all the little things, guys. Like his play. I knew he won this game, right? So I was expecting to see good stuff from him, but you can really see why this guy just dominates at high rank 2v2 and is like, come on, his decision making, his movement, his everything just adds up here. So I mean, we talk about how he's moving around on defense. He's using the wall constantly. Challenges early there. That's probably the best play. Shadow's going to be on this ball. He's just kind of pathing along the lower boost pads. Look at this, guys. Importance of boost. Look, because GarretG is moving along these boost pads here, you see him go boom, 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 pick up these boost pads. Gives him just enough boost, 22 boost, to get up to this ball and make a save. And like I said, you don't need a lot of boost to make an impact. This is that in, on display. And first killer misses the double there. I think he's going for something a little more crazy because he's down 5-1. But I just want to highlight, guys, GarretG's defense. Not only is his offense unbelievable, his scoring power, his defense. He's got no boost. His movement along the boost pads is enabling him to save shots. He's like, his reaction time is unbelievable. He's saving shots off the backboard. He's saving them off the ground. His rotations, I mean, everything, guys. It all comes together. And then looks like first killer and Zanil just throwing the towel here at 6-1. But wow, that was impressive to watch. Yeah, for sure. That was real impressive. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to check the chat this whole time. I've just been kind of going freestyling this, but I hope that was all helpful, guys. This was the first coaching I have done over live stream. Taking a look at GarretG today. Hopefully there are some good takeaways you can take away from that, help you in your twos games. Let me know. This video is going to go live immediately after I end the stream right now. Let me know in the comments who you want to see next. Whether that's Rizzo. I got Rizzo coming up next week. There are some crazy games I have saved that where I have Space Station just crushing American NA teams like NRG, and there's some games I definitely want to take a look at next week. But that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of the coaching series. Hopefully that was helpful to you all. Thank you all for tuning in on the stream live. If you were here, we're going to be doing this once a week, every week, Thursday morning. So I will catch you all next Thursday morning, where we take a look at what makes Rizzo so good at Rocket League. But yeah, that's all I got for now. So thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, everybody. And I will catch you all later. Peace, guys.